Hello everybody, AJ Ryzik here, and here we are finally getting back to doing some Linux reviews. We are taking a look at MX Linux 19.3 today. This is the XFCE version. Let me go and pull open a browser here. Go to their website. And you know, I can't remember if I've ever taken a look at this. I know I've never done a video on it. I can't remember if I played around with it in the past. If I have, it's been a long time. And I got to say, I've really been enjoying it the past week and a half or so that I've been running MX Linux. I am a big fan of GNOME, so, going to XFCE, really haven't, other than, just playing around a little bit, I really haven't run XFCE in a long time. God, how long ago? Probably about the time that, about when Ubuntu first changed over to Unity. And Unity wasn't all that great. I started running Xubuntu for a while, and so I was playing with XFCE a lot at that time point. But really, past couple of years, it's pretty much been GNOME. Every now and then, I get a wild hair up my ass and decide I'm going to play around with KDE. That never lasts. But anyway, back on XFCE. Been enjoying it. There's some stuff that I've learned to do that I in the past I hadn't realized that that XFCE was capable of doing. But anyway, let's kind of get to talking about MX Linux. Like I said, really been enjoying this. When you get down and get to using this distro, you find that the developers have really put a lot of work in making it easy to customize the whole experience the way that you want it, making it easy to do the customizations. Sorry about that. Need some coffee. They've included a lot of tools that are just going to make that a whole lot easier than what it would normally be for you. But anyway, here we are on their homepage. You can see you get versions with XFCE, KDE, Fluxbox. And actually, the Fluxbox is included in basically all the additions. If I go to my login screen there, I've got an option there where I can go and select to do Fluxbox. Not really my thing. Fluxbox is pretty well a pretty much stripped down window manager. Not really my thing, but it is available there for those who want to try it. I really do want to try out the KDE version though. I think it really looks interesting to me. But anyway, you can see here on their homepage, they got the links for downloads, to getting some hardware, some support links, links to some videos on MX Linux. And you can see the XFCE is their flagship. Talks a little bit about that. Debian based. So it's not a Ubuntu. It's got the Debian base. But they have allowed you to get some, Debian tends to, it's stable, but it's got packages tend to be older. Well, they've set it up so that you can get some of the newer packages, and we'll see that a little bit later. Let me go to their download page, and talks a little bit about the different ISOs that you can get. Now, I am using MX 19.3, this one right here, the Advanced Hardware Support release. It's 64-bit only, but it gets you a newer kernel. essentially it's if you got the newer, you got a newer computer in that, might as well go ahead with this, get you the newer kernel, that sort of thing. But you know what? You're using an older hardware. Why not go ahead and get one of the other versions, I have to say. KDE version, just for those that are interested, the KDE version is based on the advanced hardware support. And I can see where that makes sense from the standpoint that KDE, the development is moving so quick, especially as compared to XFCE. I can see where you'd want to have that advanced hardware support set up as your base. Anyway, so that's kind of enough on their website. Let me go and close this up. You can see basically the default desktop here. The Conky comes pre-installed. Now it doesn't run when you first do the installation. The Conky is not up and running. I went ahead and set it up to go and run, just so that you can see that it's pre-installed. You got different themes and whatnot. NeoFetch is pre-installed, so I fired that up just so you can see what's going on with my machine, what it's specs and that kind of thing. Kernel is 5.8.03 kernel, and there you can see the resolution of my 3 monitors that I'm running. Currently we're recording on my center monitor, which is one of the 1440p monitors. And then over to one side, I've also got another 1440p monitor, and then this one at 1080p. I've got that one in a portrait position as opposed to landscape. Just because that's kind of like my reading pane. If I've got a lot of just lots of reading for whatever, it's nice. It kind of gives you almost a tablet feel. Although much bigger. So anyway, those are the 3 monitors. And in the future, I'm going to do a home office walkthrough video so you can see the way I got my desktop set up and monitors, all that kind of stuff. But so anyway, there's the monitors. The window manager theme is Arc Dark themes set up. Graybird MX for GTK2. Arc Darker for 3. Icons of Papyrus for GTK2, Mocha for GTK3. Terminal is running the XFCE4 terminal. Terminal font Liberation Mono 11. My CPU is a Ryzen 7 1700X running at 3.4 gigs. RTX 2070 is my graphics card. Memory, and this is the memory when I first started up the system. I fired up NeoFetch as soon as I turned on the system. So my baseline, 764 megs of RAM. And that is compared to the GNOME that I've been running, which, you're typically 1.5 or so gigs of RAM. Big difference on the RAM. Now, for my system, I got 64 gigs of RAM installed on this system. The fact that I'm running 1 or 2 or 3 or even 4 or 5 gigs of RAM as my baseline, it's not going to be a big deal on the system. But not everybody's running that. Especially you got an older system, maybe you only got 2 to 4 gigs of RAM. Sorry if you can hear the dog outside. He gets a little excited anytime a car goes past the house or down the street, or there's something in the yard, or if it gets bad enough, I'll have to pause the video for a minute. Anyway, so like I said, nice and light. Not the lightest that you could get, but it's fairly light. That very nice on how resource efficient it is. So this is kind of like I said, I fired up the Conky, but other than that, you're basically looking at the default desktop layout. They got their panel over on the left hand side, and you can see the different. You see This is my stuff that I've got running up here. I've got OBS is one I'm recording with. They got a power button up here, our time, and then you can see you got hot links to a couple of things. You got for Firefox, for File Manager, OBS, and then there's for my MegaSync, which is what I use that as opposed to Dropbox. I kind of got ticked off at Dropbox over the past couple of years between the fact that they're making people pay for everything, or more so than they used to, and then just all their security issues, and it really wasn't giving me a warm, fuzzy feeling about my data, even though I don't put a whole lot out there on the cloud. So I've just been sticking with my Mega account and been happy with that. Really have. So anyway, there's that stuff. You got your tray. Got our little, I'm drawing a blank here, workplace switcher there. And then we've got the icon for our menu. They're using the whisker menu. And of course you can click it, or they've got it wired to the super key, so you can just hit the super key and open it up that way. Personally, especially coming from GNOME, I'm very much a keyboard driven person. So I like that I can just hit BAM, and then go to whatever it is that I want to pull up. And so like there's the MX Tools, I'm very much keyboard driven kind of person. So whenever possible, I'm going to use keyboard launchers as opposed to using the mouse. But that's basically the layout that you got on the desktop. Do have quite a variety of desktop backgrounds that you can choose from. Let me go and close that up, get that out of the way. We'll get this out of the way too. Let's go to desktop settings. And here's their background folder that's included. And you can see just, let me go and make this a little bit bigger if I can. There you go. Just a lot of included desktop backgrounds. Lots of nice stuff there. Oh, that one's pretty cool. Let's stay with that. It says Fluxbox. I'm not running Fluxbox. Can't use it. There we go. Hey, that's not bad looking. So is that nighttime one? I like that. Let's keep that. Okay. So, what else did I want to show? Okay. So, I don't really see a point in going through every piece of software that's on here. One, I'm using this as my main desktop. So, I've added some stuff since first doing the installation. But what I will do, I'll show you stuff that's kind of unique here. And the first one's going to be MX Tools. So they've included a lot of tools, like I was saying earlier, just to make life easier for you. They got a live USB maker for you. So you can go and make some live USBs. Snapchat's pretty cool. You can get your desktop set up a certain way, and then you can do a snapshot of it so that you can you basically create your own reinstallation ISO, I guess you could think of it, or create a live ISO snapshot of your running system. So we got a Kurut, I always butcher the pronunciation of that, so sorry. Rescue scan, some boot options. This is pretty cool here. So change your menu, timeout, what do you want to boot to, some kernel parameters, image background, splash screen, some neat options there. Boot repair, some cleanup, edit the menus, manage users, bash config, NVIDIA driver install. This is really nice from the fact that, if you've ever gone and done NVIDIA driver installs, sometimes it is just a major pain. And I mean, this has been really nice on just a simple, or let me go and it just pulls this up. You put in your password and it'll give you a choice of the different, the available drivers. Boom, it installs them. Very nice and easy to work with. Codec installer, not a whole lot to do there, especially if you don't have a DVD drive installed on your computer, which I don't. Most of that was from, needing various media codecs so that you can decrypt and be able to use DVDs, that kind of thing. So not a big deal there, but it's there if you need it. Control for your Conky, so you can change whatever theme that you're working with, shut it down, redo it, make some edits, go to the actual Conky manager for doing, changing the different Conkys that you have available. I'm not going to change any of those now, but, just so you can see. You can move it around. Which desktop do you want it on, or do you want it on all desktops? Formatting, just all kinds of great stuff there. Change the colors. Play around desk, date and time, network management, sounds. Tweaks is pretty cool. This is kind of a hodgepodge of all kinds of different stuff. Little things that you may have to go searching for. Otherwise, oh, there it is. Okay, where do you want the panel to display? Window button options. How do you want it to affect all panels? Theme options. Compositor. It automatically change between different compositors that you got going. So right now I'm still using the standard XFWM, but you could go and switch to Compton. And I haven't installed it, but I know Compiz is available in the repos. I'm assuming that if I added Compiz, that I would be able to swap to it from here. Not sure on that, but I may do that in a future video just to see if I can do it. Some GTK scaling. Not really necessary on a 1440p monitor, but if I was running 4K monitors, it would probably be nice. Nice thing here, if you're used to GNOME, you basically get a choice between, you can scale 1.0, or you can go 2 times or 3 times. I believe that you can do in decimals here. So 1.1, yeah, I'm not going to apply it, but just because of, I don't know if it's going to screw up my recording. But anyway, you can do decimals here. So yeah, you can see there. We'll just stick with, we'll keep it at 1.0, but it's nice having the decimals because for some people, you may need just a little bit of tweaking there to get the, especially on text, getting it to just the right size so it renders properly. Some config options. I did come in here. Now here's one that's pretty cool. Reset Thunar custom right-click actions to system defaults. That would be nice. Enable single-click in Thunar File Manager. This is selected by default. I don't like the single-click behavior, so I come in here and deselected that so that I could stick with double-click. I've just been doing the double-click for so many years. Single-click, it just feels wrong to me. And the other was your reset light DM to default theme, enable mounting of internal drives by non-root users, enable kernel sandboxing, password for admin tasks. I mean, all kinds of neat things here. And then you got some links to go to XFC settings here. So really, it's like I said, it's kind of a hodgepodge of all kinds of little different things, but it'll save you time. There's just one place you got to go to get to all this stuff. If you want to pull up the welcome, there's that. Repo manager, so you can manage your repo. This is nice from the standpoint of so you can go and set the fastest MX repos. Same thing with the Debian repos. I've got some individual sources here. This is other repos that have been added. But I already did this, so no point. Well, I can show you how it works. Just select fastest repo. It basically tests all the availables, and then there your new selection will take effect the next time sources are updated. And apparently right now the worldwide mirror is the fastest for me. Interesting, because the last time it was one of the US ones, because I'm here in the US. See what happens if I run it again. Just curious. Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I really don't care which one it is. Not a whole lot of options there for selecting the fastest, so no big deal. Let's close that up there. Package installer, I'll talk about that in just a second. USB formatter, very nice. You can put a USB device in, boom, you can do it real fast. Yes, most of your experienced Linux users are probably just going to do it from the terminal. But once again, it's a fast, quick, easy way to do it. And for new users, probably not going to, even if they know how to do it from the terminal, probably aren't going to have all of the, they're not going to have it memorized on how to do it, that sort of thing. I know I always got to pull my notes out. iDevice mounter, quick system info. So anyway, this is pretty neat. All these little tools that have been included. Now let's go to the package installer, because that's something that I wanted to spend a while on. You got there's two ways actually 3 ways you can install software. One, you could do it from the terminal, APT, same as all other Debian-based distros. You've got Synaptic Package Manager included. Very cool. I love Synaptic. Excellent tool. And then you have this MX package installer. So when you got this thing going, you've got this tab for popular applications. So you can go in here, variety of different things. Spotify, if you need to get Spotify, different music players, that kind of thing. A lot of different software is listed out here. File managers. Change the kernel. Down here in Office. I use this myself. If you come down here to LibreOffice, it had, so you see 2 listings here for LibreOffice. This was like LibreOffice 6.1, I think it was. And then I use this MX package installer to go to the backport version, which gets you the latest LibreOffice. Real nice. The way this thing is set up, really cool that you can be able to get some of the newer pieces of software. So anyway, you got this whole popular section. Then you got stuff from the stable repo. You can go through all the packages listed in the stable repo. MX testing repo. This isn't the same as Debian testing. This is stuff that the MX group is, or MX developers, I guess you could say, stuff that they're testing. It just hasn't been taken over to the stable repo yet. And for a lot of the stuff, it's nice and stable. And I did a couple of upgrades here. Can't remember, what did I upgrade through here? It shows stuff that's kind of shaded out as stuff that I upgraded to. So we got that right there. So there's a few things that I've gotten that I've kind of upgraded through here. Now you can go. They got an option down here. Where was it? I thought there was an option to just upgrade everything. Maybe there isn't. But here now you can, when you get into the firmware, you can see where I've got most of that stuff is upgraded. But anyway, so there's that stuff. Here's stuff from Debian backports. So real not, you got a variety of stuff that's available through there as well. And then we've got Flatpak availability. I got this little warning. MX includes the repository of Flatpaks for the user convenience only, is not responsible for the functionality of the individual Flatpaks themselves. For more, consult Flatpaks in the wiki. And I've noticed this takes a little while to generate the list. There we go. But a lot of Flatpaks available. The console output, I don't think you can, you can't really click on that to show it. But like if you install something, let's see if there's something that I wanted to install so I could show you. Here, let's install FileZilla. Click install, and you see it goes to the console output. You see it's refreshing the mirrors. Following packages are selected. Show blah 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 blah. Okay. So you can watch for errors, that kind of thing. So I like having this available. And boom, you're done. So very nice. Let me go and pull up the welcome screen. You guys didn't get to see that earlier. Nothing special, and welcome screens. They've they've improved a lot over the years. Back when I first started doing the distro reviews, essentially it was just a statement here, thanks for installing, good luck, that kind of thing. But, you got links here for frequently used questions, the user manual. And by the way, while we're talking user manual, let me go and it's probably going to pull. Yeah, I figured it'd pull it up on. I got to go and reset my reset where I prefer to open PDFs, and I don't like opening it in a browser. But anyway, their user manual, very detailed. It says 19.2, but the changes between 19.2 and 19.3 very minimal. Pretty much everything applies here. So, very detailed. You can see 195 pages. They have put a lot of time into setting up this user manual. So definitely very nice to have that. And that is one of my big complaints about a lot of distros is that you don't have good documentation and software too. It seems that, and this isn't. Well, I guess it is a criticism. Apparently, a lot of developers are not good writers, and their documentation is bad. That's not their forte. I understand, but it's something I really appreciate on this distro, and it's gonna for new users, definitely a big plus. I think that covers a bulk of what I wanted to talk about. Like I said at the beginning, I've really been having a good time running this distro. I'm going to continue it for about. My plan is on these distro reviews to run the same distro for a month. Because it really gives you a feel for what you can do, and that sort of thing. So I'm going probably my next video. So this video, I'm basically just trying to do an overview and a review of what's available. And I'll do a follow-up video to this on the tweaks and changes, how I set my desktop up, so you can see how I customized it and kind of made it my own. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I wanted to show you guys. But I think we've been through just about everything. Yeah, I think so. Like I said, I really didn't see a point in going through all of the installed software, because it's so easy to install and remove software on this thing. Mainly just wanted to show those tools that they've provided for you so that everything is easier to work with. Anyway, I think that about finishes this review up. Be sure to let me know what you think, whether you enjoyed it. One other, now that I'm kind of back into doing the reviews. So I've got a different keyboard now. I'm using a Unicomp, which is a modern clone of the old IBM keyboards. And I know it's noisier. I'm kind of curious, is it like overwhelming in the mic? Or is it not that bad when I'm typing on it? I'm really curious on that. So there's that. Not only are the videos going to YouTube now, they are also going over to Library. And I'll have a link. If you're on YouTube, I'll have a link down below so that you can go to the Library, where I've got all my videos on Library. So if you're interested, if you'd rather see it on that platform, there it is. If you are watching me on Library, thanks a lot. At least for the time being, I'm planning on continuing on posting videos to both platforms. What the future holds, who knows? We'll just have to see what happens. But anyway, that's about it for this video. Thanks a lot. Hope to see you on the next one. And have a good, we're on the weekend, so have a great weekend. Thanks a lot.